Ahoy everyone, and welcome to my first YouTube video. This is pretty exciting. I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel for quite a long time now, and the time is finally here. Thought it was only right that I should do a channel about travel. I've travelled quite a lot. I absolutely love travelling, and as the title suggests, in this video I will be telling you my top 5 destinations that I have been to in the last couple of years. Number 5 would definitely have to be the New Zealand cruise that I went on. I know a lot of people think that cruising is like for older people, but I actually genuinely really love cruising. I actually go with my grandparents and I've been on a couple of cruises, but this one was especially great because it went all around New Zealand and it was actually really fun. We get to see like beautiful, what's it called? What are they called? It's not fjords, that's in Iceland. The sounds. We got to go through the sounds and they were absolutely beautiful. We actually saw dolphins, so that was pretty cool. And then like on the cruise there's so many different things that you can do. I personally, you're gonna think I'm a really old person, but I really love bingo. I actually won bingo, so that was pretty cool. I never won anything like that before, so it was actually a lot of fun playing bingo and doing that. And you can do like trivia and don't even get me started on the buffets because your girl loves to eat and your girl loves a buffet. So that was really great. So I really enjoyed the buffets on the cruise. That is always a plus. And I mean, 24/7 ice cream, who doesn't love that? But yes, that's probably my top one. That was a New Zealand cruise. That was with Royal Caribbean and I thought that was really great. So that's number 5. And number 4, I went to the fabulous Las Vegas. I absolutely love Las Vegas. The first time I went to Las Vegas I was only 7 years old, and I know that probably seems like a really strange place for a 7-year-old to be right in the middle of Las Vegas, but when I tell you I loved Las Vegas, I loved Las Vegas, even as a little 7-year-old. I don't know what it is about that place. I've been there when it's been hot and cold, so it's not the weather. I'm a sucker for a magician and there's lots of those there, so that was pretty cool. I was actually in a magic show. I got to go up on stage. The magician is Rick Thomas. He's pretty great. I think he still does shows every now and then, but yeah, that was quite a long time ago, but that was pretty great, so that was one of the highlights. And again, buffets. There are so many different buffets that you can choose from, so I think that's great. One of the best ones was Planet Hollywood. If you're into shopping, Las Vegas is really good for shopping. There's heaps of outlets, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I just really love Las Vegas. And I mean, it's just really nice walking around as well. Like, it's a really cool city to explore. There's like so many different world lights, as they're famous for. And then there's the roller coaster at New York, New York. There's the fountain at the Bellagio, and there's the pirate ship show at Treasure Island. It's really good. So Las Vegas is number 4. Number 3 is the beautiful Hawaii. I actually went on a cruise in Hawaii as well. As you can tell, I love a good cruise. We decided to go on the 7-day cruise that went around all the islands. So it was from Saturday to Saturday. So it was really good, actually. We went to the Big Island, we went to Maui, all that different stuff. We got to see like volcanic lava that's like actively flowing into the ocean. So that was like one of the coolest things. I learned how to hula, so that was pretty cool, by the Hawaiian rep. I think it was like a representative of Hawaii on the island, so that was pretty cool. I got a certificate and everything. And I think one of the best things about Hawaii especially is because it's so many different cultures all in one. Like, it's, yes, Hawaii is American, but Hawaii has such a different culture in their own right. Like, I don't know, it's just really good and it's just so different. While there are the traditional chains there, there's still so many locally owned restaurants and places that you can go. So I really like it. So it was pretty good, actually. Another thing that I forgot to mention that I absolutely love about Hawaii is the people. I have never met so many people from one place that are just like the friendliest, nicest people that I have met in my whole life. Like, I don't know, everyone is just willing to have a chat. Even the taxi driver will have a good chat with you, tell you how the weather's been and how it's gonna be. I don't know, it's just so different. It's great experiencing a culture where everyone's just happy. I don't know, it's just really good to see, and I love Hawaii for that reason. It's just really nice. Now, position 2. This is a place that I never thought that I would actually ever go, but when I went, I was amazed. So it is South Africa. I was actually a travel agent, and so I got an opportunity to go over to South Africa with a whole bunch of other agents, and I just got to experience this amazing country. We started off by flying into Johannesburg, and then we flew down to Cape Town, where we spent a couple of days in Cape Town. We had this amazing guide who was like really funny, and he was so cool, and then the driver was really awesome as well, so we just had them for the first 3 days when we were exploring Cape Town. We saw some pretty cool wineries, which was awesome. I'm not a massive fan of wine, but it was really cool to see it all down there. Surprisingly, it was quite cold and it rained a bit, which, I think my brain, when you think Africa, oh, it's hot. But South Africa actually has a very, very similar climate to where I'm from, which is Western Australia. And then after Cape Town, we went over to Port Elizabeth, which was a really cool, beach town. As you can tell from the name Port, it is a port, so it's Port Elizabeth. So that was pretty cool. And then from there, guys, when I tell you that this was my favourite part of the whole trip, I don't even think I can put into words how amazing this was. From there, we went to a game reserve. It was called Kikira Game Reserve. It was beautiful. We got to stay in this private homestead where it was just us, all the agents, and we had these 2 amazing people that lived in the property, and in the mornings we would go out on the game drives at 6 o'clock in the morning, because that's when the animals are all active. It was freezing. We had blankets and beanies and gloves, but it was so worth it. When I tell you the first time I saw just a zebra, it was wild. I know it sounds super weird to say, but it was just such a completely different experience compared to seeing them in a zoo. It's kind of like when you see it, I was almost just like, is this actually a real thing? Because it didn't look like a real thing, but it is. A zebra is real. And then, we went along, we saw giraffes, rhinos, I saw a cute little monkey, there's heaps of birds, thousands and thousands of not alpaca, oh my god, impala, thousands and thousands of impala. They're everywhere. When I tell you they're everywhere, they're everywhere. We saw a whole bunch of warthogs, which was pretty cool, and every single time our driver would always say, there's a pumba. He would always refer to them as pumbas, which I thought that was quite cute and quite funny. They are very skittish, and they just run as soon as they see the car coming. We saw a bunch of elephants as well, so that was pretty amazing. Kudu. And then the most amazing part of the whole trip is when I got to see a lion. Up close. It was like I was here and the lion was right here. It was wild. They were just lazing around. They were just laying in the sun. Because what do they have to be scared of? They're the #1 predator, so they're just laying around. But it was one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had. And all the people were so lovely in South Africa, and it was just such a nice holiday. It was just such a nice trip. I don't think anything's ever going to compare to that again for quite a long while, because it was such an amazing experience. I don't really know what else I can say about it. It was just beautiful. And now, for the #1 destination that I have been to in the last couple of years. Hands down. And I know I said I don't think anything can compare to South Africa. This is just different. Japan. Japan, Japan, Japan. I had never been before. I went with my partner this time. He had been before, and I cannot tell you how excited I was to go. We got the Japan Rail Pass, so that meant we could travel around. And don't worry, I will do a video about tips on Japan. Yes, it was really cool. We landed and then we went to our first stop, which was we were staying in Tokyo. We found all the hotels ourselves, booked it all directly, so that was really cool. And it was just amazing. We went in February, so it was cold, but it was really nice as well. I think it was good to go when it was cold. I'd never been on a winter holiday before, so that was a lot of fun. I got to try so much food, but I'll get to that at the end. And then from Tokyo, we went to Hakuba, which is a amazing like ski town sort of area. Yeah, we stayed in this amazing hotel. It was called the Hakuba Gateway Hotel. It was amazing. They picked us up from where the bus dropped us off. They took us to the hotel, they helped us check in. We were able to rent our skis there, we rented all the gear. We ended up buying our own goggles because might as well, then we have them forever. Again, I will do a video about this, don't worry. But yeah, it was just so cool, especially staying in a little village like that. Well, it wasn't little, it was very big. There was so many different places that you could go eat, so many different places you could go ski. I had never skied before, so I was very nervous. I'm not the one to go out and try things like this, but my partner very much is, and he has skied before. But I gotta tell you guys, I really loved it. I didn't think I would. I did a lesson the first day because I wasn't gonna go and not know what I was doing, and boy am I so glad that I did a lesson. I think I picked it up pretty quickly, so it was pretty good, so I was quite lucky in that retrospect. I like to think I have okay balance sometimes, but it was great. Japan was just beautiful. And then after Hakuba, because we had the rail pass, we just tried to see if there was anywhere along the train line where we could go, and we ended up going to this little town called Kanazawa. It was actually really nice there. I really recommend going. It was just really cool to see. I felt like it was very untouched from tourists, so it felt like quite nice. It was good. And then we made our way through Kyoto, and then as per usual, as they call it, the Golden Triangle. And then we went to one of my favourite places that we went to, and that was Osaka. When we stayed here, can I tell you, walking down the main street and seeing all the different places that we could get all the food, I can't even begin to express how happy I was. I will let you know, while I did try lots of Japanese food, like the most that you could ever imagine, we also did get Taco Bell. I had never had Taco Bell. That's not a thing in Australia. Out of the so many times that I've been to America, I've never gotten Taco Bell, so I found it quite funny that the place that we tried Taco Bell was in Japan. We also had Shake Shack, which is pretty good, might I just add. But yeah, Osaka was absolutely beautiful. It was really cool walking around and just seeing how it changed from being like those streets walking through. I don't know, if you've ever been to Japan, you'll know what I mean. It kind of just goes straight from being touristy and then it just morphs into like really old style Japan. I just absolutely loved that about Japan. And then we went to Nagoya. Now, when I tell you that my partner and I absolutely love like fun parks and roller coasters, we love them. We hunted as much as we could to try and find a place that we could go. I don't want to tell you this because I don't want it to get popular, because I want to go back and I want it to be as quiet as it was, but we went to a place called Nagashima Spa Land. It was amazing. Some of the roller coasters there were like beyond anything I could have imagined ever possible. There was this one, and I'm pretty sure it's the fastest and the highest roller coaster in the world. Don't quote me on that, I will double check. But yeah, it was so good. And there's this other one where you sit down and then you kind of put this strap like over your chest, and then you're like laying down like you're flying. I'm sure that's a thing somewhere else, but when I first went on that, I was amazed. And all of the rides were just so smooth, like so smooth. So that was pretty great. And I think one of my other favourite things about Japan are the 7-Elevens. 7-Eleven, Lawson's, all of those places. I can't even explain to you how amazing they are. Like, if you just want something quick to eat, that's where you go. They have microwaves where they will heat it up for you. I could talk about Japan for ages, so that's why I'm making a whole video about it, so I better stop. But that is my top 5 destinations that I have been to in the last couple of years. So if you like this video, please don't forget to leave a like, and please subscribe to my channel. Like I mentioned, I will have more videos coming out soon, one specifically about Japan. Let me know if there's anywhere else that you want me to talk about. I will probably do a video where I talk about all the places that I have been. But for now, this is my top 5. Thanks, bye!